Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a single by an artist named Arlo, who I am familiar with. I am familiar with his work and I'm excited to listen to this new release because we have 3 tracks on this single. I'll just be a moment. Yeah, so I had a suspicion. That this was an EP. Because usually singles are like 1 or 2 tracks max, right? You have like an A and B side, but I'll go with an EP for this, a single/EP, right? Single because Spotify is telling me it's a single, and EP because usually EPs have like 3 to 6 tracks. Maybe they have 2 to 6. I think it's mostly 3 to 6. So we're gonna listen to this EP from start till finish, and we're gonna hear what we think. Starting with Don't Forget. Very pretty guitar work. I'm wondering if that's like picked with a guitar pick, or it sounds like it's picked with a guitar pick.
It's been 5 whole months since I felt your love. Help me, I'm drowning. Help me, I'm drowning.
I think this is a really nice way to start off this EP. I think it's a gorgeous tonality to the overall sound of it. The like extra guitar takes in the center of the stereo field as well are very nice.
Memories and tears, now they're just fading. They're just fading. She's got bloody hands, and I need an ambulance. She's watching me bleed out.
She's watching you bleed out.
She's got bloody hands, and I need an ambulance. She's watching me bleed out. Scream me out. Please don't forget the way you sleep in my bed and lay your head on my chest.
So this is kind of like a love song, but it's like a sense of loss. It's like begging a person not to forget the times that you had together. I understand it now. I've been especially militant recently with trying to sort of find a connection between the music and its lyrics, and it's gotten me in a little bit of trouble. But I think that this makes sense now. The hook where the things kind of clapped together was very nice. I'm loving the amount of guitar layering in this. It's very professional tonality to it. Well done. You know, like he's talking about how like she's seeing him bleeding out and stuff like that. And it's like, yo, I know I'm struggling, but please just don't forget this. Don't forget all this stuff. I need you to remember it. Obviously, this person means a lot. I'm wondering if it's like based on a real life experience or not. I mean, you'd have to assume it would be.
She's got bloody hands.
I don't know. Oh, is that because like she hurt him? Is that the kind of indication here?
And I need an ambulance. She's watching me bleed out. I'm screaming out. Please.
That da 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 boom. That's a nice way to finish that just before we go back into that hook. It's nice and bright. I'm not quite sure how to take this one. I don't dislike it. I love the instrumental work. And I like the way the vocals have been done as well. I think that the guy has a nice texture to his voice. Sounds very like sincere. Sounds like a very sincere human being. Nice little bit of vocal kind of sizzle to that. Oh, Oh, a nice bit of reverb in there as well. I dig it. Well done. No, this is definitely an EP. This is definitely an EP. I dig it. Yeah, I've listened to a bit of Arlo stuff before, but I think this is like the next step up. I love it. It's good to hear these things together in context to understand the progression there. Don't forget. Yep, no, 3 minutes passed by very quickly. It was nice and easy to follow, lovely to listen to. There weren't any sort of EQing or sort of the mixing and mastering was done very well, actually. I like how things were layered there. We got I'm Not Okay. I'm wondering how we'll lead from this. There is a nice bit of stereo widening to those guitars as well. Starting with that guitar again. Kind of reminds me of like a lot of the kind of old emo rock from like the mid 2000s. Not like the really edgy stuff, but like some of the acoustic stuff. A lot of that stuff was incredible. It's a shame that people got too stuck on the actual image as opposed to like the music itself, because some of the music was incredible. I like the way that we've got those strings kind of subtly in there, kind of keep a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. It's kind of like a eighth note groove. Yeah, eighth note groove. Kind of filling in the gap where the guitars are kind of like letting them run. Hey, this vocal harmony is gorgeous, dude. Well done. Kind of very similar in terms of the tonality to Don't Forget, which I love for several reasons. Yeah, fantastic work. Look in the mirror and now I hate my face. Oh, what's happening here, man? There's like a real sense of emptiness to it. But there's also a sort of a warmth that has either come through from like the tone of the guitars or the vocals, or it's come through from the way it's been mixed. Those legato strings as well are nice in the mix. Nicely mixed. Please save me if it'll save you. Please don't save me, you need to be saved too. Please don't save me, you need to be saved too. I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Have we got two guitars doing different things there, or am I misunderstanding? Those scars on your arm, the scars on my heart, could say they will keep you safe from the heart. So, like, is this like, I'm trying to understand the situation with this. Is this like a relationship where like they're just both struggling with like either life or some mental health issues or whatever, and they're relying on each other and it's becoming toxic? Or is it a toxic relationship where the guys with this sort of like codependency and, you know, it's just the guy's kind of like resigns, just saying, look, I'm not okay. If you need to get out of this, it's fine, just go. You're not okay. Nobody is okay in this situation. There's sort of a sense of sadness and loss and grief and like almost, why are we not okay? That's a really, I think I've listened to this one before. That was a really good way to end this. I love that. I love that we ended on that because it's very meaningful. Why are we not okay? It's him finally questioning, hey, how did we get into this in the first place? Because sometimes when you do get too into the thick of your own head or into sort of dramatic situations or whatever, right? You lose sight of things. And then at the end, when it's a bit more quiet, you're like, wait, what the hell happened? Very clever song. This is probably one of my favorite ones. Again, you don't need a whole lot of different instruments to make a song sound huge. You just need the instruments to sit in the right place and to have like an occasional extra layer if you need a little bit of lower end stuff going on. I think the strings there were very meaningful, and I liked how this was added to this. It's good. Scars. Piano. Oh, this piano is gorgeous, dude. I like. Oh, it got a bit dark at the end, didn't it?
Felt alive without you by my side. I spend my days and nights.
This has been mixed. This has been recorded differently than the previous vocal text, hasn't it? There's a very bright reverb to it, like a chamber reverb or something. Those angelic falsettos, man, are just on point. Hit it really nice and cleanly. Oh no. So is Don't Forget and I'm Not Okay, like, in the thick of that relationship, trying to cope with the struggle and make sense of it. Oh no. Oh. This must have been dedicated to someone or something that Arlo is working through. I love those falsettos. I think it's unexpected because he sticks in that sort of mid-range and then just you forget that he can go that high that cleanly. A really nice vocal sizzle. His texture to his voice is gorgeous, man. It sounds like he's singing his heart out, right? And that's exactly what you want. Vocal harmonies are back. That piano line is carrying this performance and acting as a foundation for the vocals, and it's so clever. It's so clever. You have each of these songs have different, slightly different ingredients in there, but they have that stylistic consistency with the voice, with the guitar parts. Well, no, not the guitarist here. You know what I mean? Like, actually, no, I think it's the voice that does tie it together, and the topics discussed. You know. This is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy reviewing music like this. Because I can understand it. I'm just finishing on that chord there. It was so final. It was just so final. You know, so yeah, the walls never came down. You know, they never got to connect with each other as emotionally in the way that they needed to in order for the relationship to survive. And he's taking responsibility for it, whether that is the right or the wrong decision. That's Arlo's choice. And we as listeners, after listening to these 3 tracks, well, we can try and decide for ourselves. But I feel like we've just gotten a glimpse into Arlo's world, and I think that there is why this is such a meaningful and important EP. This EP is stacked really well. I think that the mixing and mastering were done well. I think that the instruments have a similar sort of texture and tonality to them that allows them to stick together really well in the orchestration of it. The way the songs have been phrased with sort of like three, you know, ABC structure is really clever. I'm glad we've had hooks that are vividly different and memorable. I can remember each of these 3 after listening to them now, and sometimes I listen to like EPs and I just can't really remember the individual elements of them, and that's because they weren't done that well. That's because they weren't done that well. A hook is meant to stay in your head, and Arlo has managed to achieve that. So well done to Arlo on this EP. I'm wondering where Arlo will go in future with his future releases, because what happens next? Will Arlo find peace with what's occurred in his life? Will there be sort of a development in the opposite direction, in a sense that will he find happiness in another relationship? Will he describe that? You know, what, for all I know, this could be like a once off, and this could just be a way of Arlo healing from what's occurred. I did that personally with some stuff I did. I can emote, but then of course, I think that as well, maybe Arlo has a whole lot of stories to tell, and this is just the beginning. We will find out. We will see. But I'm genuinely excited for this, because it's music that, we've all heard songs that have a person sort of singing their heart out to you with guitars or piano or strings. But I think a lot of people will be able to relate to what this music is about, and I think that it was done in a way that was classy. There are a million ways that Arlo could have done something a little bit too much or a little bit too little, but it feels like he put his bits in all the right places. He took out instruments when there needed to be space. He put them in when needed to be big. Again, the production was on point, and his vocals sounded sincere and genuine, which is what we need when we're discussing this kind of subject matter. He sounded like he really cared about the person he was singing about, and I believe that is one of the most beautiful things you can do in music, because it has to be real. That's effectively my review of Arlo's Scars EP. Hopefully you enjoyed listening to it. Please do go and show Arlo some support on Spotify and various social medias. Stay cool, stay safe, and also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need all the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on. Catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.